Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux for another weekly news roundup. No political news today. That was very interesting. Last week where we had like all this crazy political stuff that I didn't really want to get into, but there was nothing else going on. This week we don't have nearly as much. That is really good because I don't really want to get into all the politics. I think it's kind of a little on the crazy side. But yeah, absolutely. We do have our usual lineup. We have privacy, we have business, smart tech, and Sillyville. Oh boy, we got some winners in Sillyville, guys. Silly tech news is coming back. Maybe we are returning to normal. I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys let me know. Is it returning to normal out there, or is it just getting creepier? I'm not sure. Saw some interesting stuff, but anyway. Waiting to see what I have to say. Very good. Hello, Keegan. Greetings. How's it going there? Change name to my Christian name. All right, there you go. Okay, let's see. Named after the cook. Is it Euphrosynos? I don't know. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. Got yelled at by a guy at the grocery store for not wearing a mask when masks are not required by either the store or our local government. That was fun. His eyes were full of fear. Just start going to him and go, excuse me, and start running towards him. See if he runs. That'd be so fun. I've not been accosted by insanity yet, but I've just pretty much put on a ban of shopping anywhere downtown. The only where I have to go where face masks are quote-unquote required is the post office. I just kind of do one of these for a second while I go in there and check my mail, and that's about it. But other than that, no, the stores in town, they're like, we have a face mask, they're going to kill us all. So I go to the Amish country. The Amish don't care. In fact, the Amish actually think that this entire thing is a scam, basically. And so I go over to their neck of the woods, and we gladly all engage in business. In fact, the one store over there, they tore down the signs. They're like, masks are mandatory by the health department. They're like, no, screw off. Interesting. Let's see. But of course, everyone's now hiring an Instacart. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? All right. Google Chrome has issue with error message every time you launch a video. Happened several months ago. The issue persisted. Does not affect Chromium or Firefox, though. Is that like on, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I switched the laptop from Chrome to Chromium for that reason. That's a good switch. That's a really good switch. Hello, Raphael. Greetings. Greetings, Quint. How's it going there? I got my titles fixed, Quint. The titles are good today. The titles are rarely messed up on the weekly news roundup, though, because there's so much that goes into this show. I literally have to have a lot of things prepped in advance. So, anyway. Yeah, those supporter streams, though. Yeah, I don't always get those fixed up. All right, let's see. First, a weekly update on Arch Linux went well. Setting up a plasma customization. Saves themes now. Very cool. Greetings, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Take me to your leaders, please. Greetings, Pizza Pizza. Zactus is Sleepy Kitty. Yep, Kitty Cam. Speaketh. Yes, right. You're in an RV right now. Very awesome. That sounds very fun. Are you like fleeing for your life in an RV, or are you just actually having fun? BirdOS is dead for now. Stop because it's just another Linux distro right now. Instead, I'm going to contribute to other distros and make an Arch installer. Very good. Awesome. Sad your distro died, but contributing to other distros is a good thing as well. Anthony McDonald, greetings to you. Howdy, howdy, howdy. No, stop giving me pop-ups about updating Firefox. Not interested. I want a breather from politics. Absolutely. So do I. Year's still 2020, so it can't be normal. I know. I like to cough and say this cough has gotten worse since I got back from a vacation in China. That's fun. People should wear Jason Voorhees mask. That's the thing. So, do we troll? Do we just engage in civil disobedience? Do we just not support the stores? I'm simply not. If the stores, you're wearing a mask, pick your favorite finger. I'm not spending my money at you anymore, Karens are throwing fits over the mask policies these days. I know. Amish make tasty bread. Yes, they do. Mitchell spends a lot of time in Amish country. It's one of my favorite places on earth. Good food, nice people. Absolutely. Yep. Hello this evening, Consequence Hills. How's it going there? What exactly happened to Manjaro crashing thingy? I'm not sure where you're at. I have not looked at Manjaro for a long time, actually. I'll have to look at it to see if it's breaking or something. But they waited like over a month or so to push out some updates, and it was causing a lot of problems. They did end up pushing out the updates, though. Mr. Tech Guy, good. Are you mean? Are you lean? Are you ready for a second lockdown? P.S. Taken from Aliens to the movie, yeah. Hello, Frickin'. How's it going there? The Violinist UK had the first day of mandatory masks in stores today. Very patchy enforcement. Many stores not saying anything. The ones where security guards did was easy to fob off with medical exemption. Yeah, that's how it is down here because we have in Pennsylvania, we have technically like the governor wants you to wear a mask everywhere you go. But you don't have to wear one if you have a medical exemption and it is forbidden by the law to inquire about your medical exemption. So I don't think like Walmart's now forcing mandatory masks. Now there's another grocery store also based out of Pennsylvania. That's Giant Eagle based out of Pittsburgh that also has a mandatory mask policy. They're actually in the middle of a lawsuit right now. And it's kind of questionable where it's going to go because HIPAA is a thing. And so that's kind of, I'm keeping an eye on that, but I'm wondering what's going to happen with Walmart as well. Especially Walmart down in Georgia, where the Georgia governor passed a proclamation saying nobody else can mandate anybody wear a mask. How is Walmart going to navigate down in Georgia? That's curious, or if his ruling has anything to do with that. I don't know. Hello, Raphael. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you are as well. I ordered a Plague Doctor mask yesterday. Nice. Lockdown. Is that really secure? Yeah. Background looks like one of my old Asus motherboards. It's actually an HP motherboard, actually. It is from a 2000, was it 2004? Was it 2002? I think it was a 2004 Media Center PC, I think is what it was. Some people might hit you like physically if you don't wear a mask. That's okay. Hit me physically. I will call it assault and we'll see if you survive. That'll be fun. Anna Rita, greetings. Sick of politics too. And back up my files. Never ending tasks. There you go. Where are your Guy Fawkes mask? There's a nose hole in it. Somebody said Amish use sparky legs. Yes, I said that. It's on a documentary following some of the Amish stuff. There was the Amish guy, he lit a lantern in his office and then booted up his computer and it was Sparky. Good thing I made a switch from Manjaro to Arch. Texas is a lot more stricter on the mask policy. And that's just because Abbott lost his nards. He castrated himself a couple weeks ago. Is it just me or has Tom not been doing many live streams? No, I'm doing the same amount. The only live stream I kicked off my schedule is Saturday. But no, I'm doing just as many live streams as I always did. Other than that one, of course. Go to admin, Linux 20 along. Oof, had to go to the print shop and get COVID waivers for my mom's salon. Uh-oh. Later, pizza. Gonna be a costume to wear on October, the Plague Doctor, yep. It's a horrible background. I know it's a horrible background. I know. Windows XP Media Center Edition came out 2005. Maybe I bought the computer in 2005. Did I buy it 2005 or 2004? I think I did buy the computer in 2005. Come to think of it, Quint, I think you're right. I'm trying to think because which apartment did I live in? That's kind of how I count my years. And I'm pretty sure I got that when I was living at the place called Penwoods North. It's no longer existing by that name, at least. And that was 2005. So yeah, maybe it was 2005. Fair OS on Discord. Just remember, people, if you find it hard to breathe in the mask, you're saying that furries are superior to us. Oh, Lord. Are furries superior? We had a furry sighting in State College a couple weeks ago. I took photos of it. I'm not sure if I still have them or not, but... Maybe people are wearing masks now because the media/government threatened 100-pound fines. People don't know that is very unlikely to happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Find it hard to breathe. Yeah, I heard that one already. I'll just cough when I'm in line so people move out of the way. That's right. Gotta get into a crowded elevator. Excuse me, guys. I'm on the way to the COVID test. So for all the stores requiring masks are not enforcing. Nothing was said to me at Walmart or Publix. Yeah, as of Monday, I think masks were, quote, required by corporate policy in Walmart, but I think that the governor's edict would overrun that. But I don't know for sure because I'm not in Georgia personally. So boot up link submit from live USB. All right, guys. Before we jump into the news, I have one more brief announcement. If you're following the Pine Tab update, they have an update on their post, on their blog post today. The Pine tabs look like they're going to be shipping between August 17 and August 21st is what their current date is. So they said they're only 1 week behind. They're a week behind on their original shipping because the LCD that they had an older nearing end-of-life firmware, and if they kept on using it, then you would need to have multiple display drivers, and they didn't want to do that, so they upgraded it to a better LCD display that's not nearing end-of-life. So that delayed them 1 week, but they thought it was worth it. And I agree. So if you did order a Pine tab or you're following that development, those should be shipped by August 21st. And closer to that date, so probably the second week of August or so, they will have a forum post tracking the shipment of the Pine tabs. So I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. You troll with that coughing joker. Oh, I know I do. Excuse me, I got the coof. Well, Anna Rita, I will let you know if it fits your needs perfect because I ordered one, and hopefully get there. John is over there on the Discord. Hello, John. Greetings to you. All right, let's go ahead and dive on into the news, shall we? What are we starting on? We are starting on ExpressVPN. Where did my thingy go? There you are. Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition. Before we dive on into the news, you can help support the channel by having a look at our affiliates. One we are highlighting today is ExpressVPN. If you are in need of a VPN, use my link tlm.li/EV, and this is going to get you a link into an excellent VPN service. You can get an entire year of it for $40, I believe. And you can go ahead and start surfing the web in privacy. Let's jump into the news. All right, so first, EU demands major concessions from Google over the Fitbit deal. We've been talking about this. We hit it when it first happened, like the day of. I actually changed my plans for the feature story that day when it came out. I think we mentioned this briefly last week, but now they are requiring a pledge requiring that health data will not be used to improve the search engine. Google's already said from the very outset that they're not going to do that. My take on this, though, is it's a little bit more frightening because there's a whole lot more nefarious things Google can do than improve their search results. Come on, people. If you still have Fitbit right now, I implore you, jump off the Fitbit train. Delete that crap. Delete all your data. Send them a letter. Tell them you do not want any of your data in any way, shape, or form ever reaching Google. You're abandoning ship before the sale is complete. Be done. Because that is going to be a bad thing. This is your reminder. Go watch The Selfish Ledger. They are trying to gather every bit of data about everybody that they possibly can for all sorts of weird and nefarious Borg-like ends. So that is, though, the latest, we should all feel secure now because Google won't use our Fitbit data to improve search. I'm sorry, there's more nefarious things that big companies can do with data. All right, moving on, the Linux Foundation announces an open source exposure notification app based on the Google and the Apple APIs. Would you use the open source app? I wouldn't. I'm not interested. A lot of it is I just don't trust all the players involved, including the Linux Foundation, FYI. They're kind of crazy. Go to the Linux Foundation's websites, look at that contributors page, and they don't use the donations to help support Linux causes. They use their donations to help support social justice causes. What? It's on their website, unless they changed their website recently. But anyway, Linux Foundation and a lot of other companies, it's like Linux Foundation and a whole bunch of other people are helping produce open source exposure notification apps to combat COVID-19. Because if you've noticed, people are just dying left, right, and center from the disease, even though the Centers for Disease Control is basically saying, yeah, our death count's actually much lower. In fact, the only thing spiking death counts right now is people kind of offing themselves. Nobody's talking about that. Claimed way more lives than COVID. But regardless, we're all going to die. So everyone put the app on their phone and then, guys, I don't care if it's open source. Google's involved, Apple's involved, backdoor APIs are involved, and this enables you to, requires you to have Bluetooth perpetually enabled. This is a hacker's dream. I'd avoid this at all costs. Go back to the old-fashioned contact tracing for sure. If you follow the police surveillance type stuff like the EFF does, the Electronic Frontier Foundation has at atlasofsurveillance.org, click on this little arrow down here and you can see all the various data points and what type of surveillance is going on in the world near you. Of course, I think they're really only focusing here on the United States. Why is my map not loading? My map was loading just fine the other day. Oh, there it goes. All right. Just taking a second, apparently. So, wow. This, like, when I was, like, playing around with this yesterday, this map was, like, loading in a hot instant. I don't know. I don't think it's because we're streaming necessarily. But anyway, the map seems to have frozen on me. I actually had good experience with it, though. You can zoom in on the map. You can zoom into your various regions and localities. Let's just refresh it, see if we can do that. And then you can kind of see who around you is using surveillance data and what type of surveillance data are they using. So my local city's on here. It's not the city itself. It was actually the campus apparently runs some drones. So you can kind of see over here. You can kind of narrow in on where you are and kind of zoom in. You can see right there's my county right there in central Pennsylvania. And if you click on it there, you can actually get the information. It's loading a little bit slower. So here, the University Police Department, they're using surveillance drones. Apparently they have one drone, and it's, they have a link for an academic report apparently. But you can kind of see what type of surveillance is going on in your neck of the woods. So if that is something that is curious to you, of course, don't look at Washington if you don't want to be scared. It's just taking forever to load because there's so many of them. This perpetual line of surveillance. So if that's interests you, go ahead and have a look at that. All of the links of these are in the description down below. Follow on over to the website and grab the list of links. All right, Google reportedly peeks into Android data to gain an edge over third-party apps. We kind of knew this was going on, but I love this photo here. There's a guy over here. He's just looking at something on his phone, having a good time. There's the Android bot. Ooh, look at what you're doing. And that's kind of what's going on. So it is actually utilizing the original article from the information report requires you to give him an email address to read the article. I'll just read the Ars Technica write-up, thank you. So basically this is a, what's the name of the app they're using to, Lockbox. So Lockbox is one of the Android components that you can put into building an app to, secure the app, do whatever types of things. Apparently Google just gets in there and just snoops on the lockbox. They got the backdoor key to the lockbox. They're just opening up and seeing what all's in there. So they were able to use this to gather data and information about apps like TikTok and a lot of other apps that they're surprisingly come up and build this amazing competitive to. And so just be aware of that kind of stuff right there. All right. On to our next ones. Okay, I think what we have here is a couple of related articles next to each other. So a security breach opened up access to a genealogy site's DNA profiles. Once again, guys, stop using these genetic profile websites. This is insane. Ooh, I'm going to get my websites. One of the neat studies I saw about these is when some people took, like, identical twins, each took them and then submitted it to all these different companies to do this. They got completely different results back. It was hilarious. It's like, this stuff is not even good, but they are storing copies of your DNA in databases. So what happened is there was a security breach. This is one of the companies that allows you GEDmatch. So it allows you to select whether you want police to view your DNA profiles. All right. And so part of that is just your settings. Well, a hacker got in and reset the user settings table. When it reset the user settings table, it defaulted to allow open searching of the database. While doing so, it also opened up the IDs of all the law enforcement accounts. So at the same time, everybody could see all of the law enforcement accounts at the same time. The company did spot it. They admitted to it, which is good, unlike what we'll see in a bit. And then they shut down the database, and then they reset everybody. And they did actually say that according to their logs, while the table systems were reset, nobody actually got in there and searched anybody's information. But nevertheless, a security breach did actually would have allowed police to get in there. What I found interesting is this is one of the interesting BuzzFeed articles. Just hold that in the back of your mind here until now, a little bit later here. Here's actually the report of it. So literally, I have to deeply respect this company for how quick and open and honest they were. So this was reported July 20th. The incident occurred July 19th. July 19th, they experienced a security breach. The case was open for approximately 3 hours. During this time, users who did not opt in for law enforcement matching were available for law enforcement matching, and all law enforcement profiles were made visible. This was the extent of the breach. No user data was downloaded or compromised. The problem we have here, of course, is that any of these online databases have the potential to be breached and compromised and downloaded, and this is a fundamental problem. This is why it's way better that your data is never there. I do not want to hide behind a politician's law that says you can't use my data. I want there to be a law that says the company can't collect my data without my explicit permission. All right, and now on to our final article, which is this Instacart, because this is kind of muddy waters. Once again, who was it that broke this? BuzzFeed. We all know BuzzFeed is amazing for their journalistic integrity. Yeah, I'm being facetious, by the way. So BuzzFeed started it. They listed out that there was a data breach, and a lot of mainstream media sites jumped onto this and said there was a data breach at Instacart. Instacart says there was not a data breach. Now, which is true? This is interesting. This actually looks like the exact same thing that happened with the Ring accounts. So Amazon still denies there was ever a data breach, despite there being like thousands and thousands and thousands of records available. Well, the same thing happened. Allegedly, over, I think it was like 150 or 250,000 accounts. Over 250,000 accounts, which included usernames, passwords, order histories, credit card numbers, like the whole load of database was available on a dark web store. Instacart says, no, nothing was breached. This was a result of keyword stuffing. We saw the exact phraseology that happened with the Amazon Ring. Now, they are forcing resets of all of these affected accounts. So, but regardless, a lot of the data has been breached. Couple take-home messages. Once again, in this craziness, the reason I'm seeking out stores I don't have to wear a kufi catcher is I am not going to accept Giant Eagle's premise. They're being sued for forcing people who even have medical exemptions to wear masks. The reason they are saying is you can either have your groceries delivered, or you can call the store for a pickup, or you can have I think there's a third, they're close related, like you can have a store employee shop for you. And I don't really want anybody else shopping for me. I'd rather go and shop for myself. Thank you very much. But the biggest problem with using any of these online order delivery things, these online delivery apps, is they are literally storing and collecting and saving and monetizing all of the data for the things that you buy, hands down. And that's kind of a problematic thing. So, did Instacart suffer a breach? They are saying they did not. This is a result of keyword stuffing. But how do you get 250 accounts that are accurate up to like the day before the story broke without a data breach? That's a fundamental question. This is exactly what happened at Amazon Ring, which, by the way, in the Amazon Ring account, many people who were involved in this keyword stuffing or the password stuffing breach. Now, password stuffing is when somebody downloads a breach from somewhere else and then uses that. It's called credential stuffing. They grab the information and test it on a variety of other accounts, and they're saying that you're reusing the passwords. Several people involved in the Ring breach said, no, my password was completely unique, which means it probably wasn't a credential stuffing, and Amazon is seriously hiding something. Amazon's got the power to hide something. Instacart? I'm not sure as much. So it'll be neat to see what happens at the end of this. But as of now, BuzzFeed, known for their journalistic integrity, says there was a breach. Instacart comes out and says there was not a breach, yet the number of instances is way more than you can easily get from a cred stuffing attack. It looks more like a data breach. So I think that this is an ongoing case. Nevertheless, kind of problematic when you have your entire order history online. This is something I don't really want. This is also why I don't use Shoppers Club cards. Because even if you're going to the store and paying cash, you're doing the right thing. Going to the store, you're paying cash, you're shopping for yourself, you're even wearing the Koofy catcher. You swipe that store loyalty card, they still get a record of everything you have, and that can be problematic. I highlighted why in a separate video about why I don't use Shoppers Club data. I'll go ahead and link that here, or card that in the video. All right, so there is the case on the Instacart. I don't think that we're going to see the end of this anytime soon. This might be the end we hear of it, but I think there might be something else going on, but time will kind of tell. Let me know your thoughts on all those in the comments down below. Alrighty, there's that one. Alright, honestly, I don't want to be shopping from an online and have someone pick up stuff for me. Yeah, especially since I eat real food that's produce section. I don't want some guy in there just grabbing the store employee. He's not going to grab the nicest looking lettuce on the shelf, alright? He might, I dropped the lettuce. Oh, it's all fine. It's fine. It should be washed anyway. He'll wash it anyway. Justification. I remember one day I go to an Albert's. Was it Albert's? No, I'm sorry. It was a Weiss store. I go into a Weiss store. I go in there and I'm walking through the little produce aisle and I see a store employee go down. There's a thing of lettuce. We're not talking a lettuce in a plastic wrapper. We're talking loose leaf lettuce that's actually exposed. It has the wire wrap around it. Fell on the floor. He walks over, picks up from the floor, and just throws it right back on the shelf. I just emptied my cart right there and walked out. I'm like, I'm sorry, no. I went on a strike from Weiss for a while. That is nasty. You at least, if you're going to throw it on the shelf, at least take it back to the back and pretend like you're either going to wash it or throw it away. And bring it back out later with the next rack of lettuce. Don't pick it up from the floor, loose leaf lettuce, not in a bag, and throw it right on top of it with everybody else. I'm sorry. And you're worried about me wearing a mask in your store? You've lost your mind! All right. Had to get the fire in, but some people have been complaining about the fire. I don't know. Should I keep doing the fire on the streams or not? I don't know. Illuminated by GM corn oil. What's the Pine Tab? Pine Tab is a pure Linux only tablet. And I ordered the one with the keyboard. So it's basically like an iPad Linux version. All right. You can spell a fart through your mask. It's not going to stop a virus. That's right. There's an aluminum foundry today, and the fancy mask I had to wear didn't block the smell of aluminum oxide. No doubt. Chinese military scientist who hid her CCP identity and hole up in his Chinese capsulate turned over to the FBI. I get to offer the settle patent infringement by Huawei. Curious. Interesting. Watch the Selfish Ledger. The longer I watched, the more I felt the hairs on the back of my head raising. I know, right? I know. This is why I don't use Google in my personal life. I use it for the YouTube channel and not much else. Linux Foundation or not, I don't want a track. I already have my wife track me. That's right. Another one where a guy sands drywall and then takes the mask off, show all the drywall dust that got through. Yeah, oh yeah, I used to do that. That sucks. What is that? Hero images, Android bot look like a wannabe Yander. Remember 23andMe faking people's results? Yeah. Person I want to share DNA with is the wife. There you go. Covita's Windows update via G6. This URL, that article, a Windows 10 bug causing internet connectivity issue, cutting off, causing connectivity. Didn't know the internet access was an issue. Wife was a Navy nurse and sent 2 sets of twins into them. They couldn't match their common ties to her or me. DNA of Fort Worth is useless. Many sites URL generation for articles just cut out random words. Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, Quint's protected from the masked Nazis, though. Amish have goats with pros to detect sneezes. The test came out positive for sawdust. I like to grab melons at the grocery store, too. Is there a hidden meaning in that remark? Is there another place for reporting that besides BuzzFeed? For which one? So the DNA one, the company confirmed it. The Instagram one, company did not confirm it. BuzzFeed broke both articles. I think BuzzFeed's looking to breach articles or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just mad at some of these companies. Wait until BuzzFeed comes out next week and says that there's a data breach in Red Bull because Red Bull decided not to go full-fledged woke and fired a couple high-level executives who were trying to push whiteness training through their company. True story. I want to go get me a Red Bull, even though I think the stuff's garbage. I want to go and buy a Red Bull. I might dump it down the drain, but I want to go buy one to support a company that finally stood up to these woke morons. People got mad because I started using my debit card with them to buy gun parts. Oh yeah. Don't buy gun parts through PayPal. They'll yeah. Later, Farron. I bet you're probably gone already. Lock the card constantly for the peak of the... yeah. So I'm not taking that with a grain of salt. Yeah. Shopper loyalty cards are just a way to get you to do market research with hardly any benefit to you. When I pay cash, people look at me like I'm an alien, but I look at them and smile when they're mad because I'm taking my time instead of using my phone. Watch your streams because of the fire. All right. You have no idea what's going on at restaurants. At a similar example you have given from the stores. Yeah. I was chipping wood and sneezing behind an anti-COVID mask. Sorry. Kind of missed the fire. I know. CJ's the rock star. He's down here. Right, kitty? He's like chilling down here. Greetings, Derek Graham. How are you doing, man? How are your parents? Google is kind of like the slug from Monsters Inc. Always watching. Michael, always watching. Always watching. Melon masks are their way back into popularity. Sneezing is good for you until you get my age. Yeah, I don't drink Red Bull, but want to go buy some. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll tell you what, Google's been doing weird stuff to like across all my channels. All my channels are down like 25%, 30% viewership. We usually peak out this video, the weekly news roundup at around 75. Right now we are at 40. I think we peaked at maybe 50, it almost looks like. I'm actually getting more views on, for my Christian channel, I actually get more views on BitChute than I do on YouTube. Crazy. Schools reopening. Can I submit my job via union too? Oh, bored. I don't know. Mom's taking care of her dad, who is now in hospice. I'm sorry. You drink Red Bull before you go to work. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and hit the next news section, which is going to be business. All right. I should have done Mint Mobile. I'll just do A2. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, if you need a website, look at A2 Hosting. This is one of the affiliates that I have listed on my affiliates page, switchedtolinux.com/affiliates. This is where I am hosting my clients from. And if you watched the stream last night, we were looking at alternatives, and there is an open source alternative to cPanel called ISP Config. And I did find after the stream last night that if you head on over into whatever. If you head on, no, is that it? I gotta find it again. What you can do is you can go ahead and select from your system Debian already configured with ISP config. So if you are wanting to try out that open source ISP config, then you can actually get a server from A2 Hosting that already has it set up and configured on Debian. So that's actually something cool, and I might be looking into that, or I'll look into a couple other options to test out ISP config. Stay tuned on that. But anyway, if you are needing a website, tlm.li/A2H. And now let's get on to the news. This article here, it was either going to be Sillyville or business, but I decided to put it into business. Now, if you guys remember the old web legend that KFC, they changed their name from Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC because they were growing mutant, artificially lab-grown chickens and selling those, and it was this giant conspiracy theory, and everyone was wearing these tinfoil hats and saying, don't order from KFC anymore because it's getting lab meat. Well, according to them, that is now something they're looking at doing. So much has the future changed that before that was bad, now this is good, because KFC is now working with a lab in Russia, Moscow, Russia, to 3D bioprint chicken nuggets. Officially, from their own site. Meat of the future. KFC and 3D bioprinting solutions use a bioprinter to produce KFC nuggets. July 16th, Moscow, Russia. KFC is taking the next step in its innovative concept of creating a restaurant of the future by launching the development of innovative 3D bioprinting technology to create chicken meat in cooperation with 3D bioprinting solutions and research laboratories. Guys, I may not eat at KFC again, at least not for a long time. No, this is bad. This is bad news. They go into the whole thing. This is all praise from KFC about 3D printed bio meat. Run. Let's run. Microsoft. Oh, God, no. We have to run from KFC's bioprinted meat to Microsoft's Windows 10. Well, we have a new bug that causes internet connectivity problems. Technically, it doesn't. What this bug actually does is it interferes with the icon in the lower corner to say you're on the internet. You can still actually get on the internet with this bug. But the problem is, many applications, it turns out, looks for the notification status that is reported by the little status icon down there in the system tray. So if the little status icon in the system tray says there's no network, even if there's a network, applications on the computer think there's no network. You still have the internet. So I originally looked at it and said, well, that's good, Microsoft. How are you going to fix that if you get your system breaks? Well, it actually turns out that it can fix itself because, again, it is still on the internet. It's just that the applications can't see the internet. Presumably, Microsoft still can. So you can read all about it. Things that are certain in life. Death, taxes, and Windows 10 updates that cause bugs, of course. Once again, Microsoft has acknowledged a problem in the May 2020. When's the last Windows update we had that did not actually have bugs? Should we have like one of those little, number of days since injuries? We should have number of Windows updates since injuries, and it'll just be etched in stone of 0 because it'll never move beyond that, apparently. Which that's what happens when you fire your whole QA team. Oh, Lord. Anyway, moving on. Pandora wants you to talk to the ads. I'll talk to the ads. It won't be Christian words. So say yes to hear more content. Would you like to hear more about our new Akira coming up? Oh, yes. I want to hear all about the Akira. I'm not listening to Pandora to hear music. But apparently Pandora thinks that you will say yes. I want to see how many people actually say yes. I want to hear more about the ad rather than going on to my next song. Do you guys use Pandora? What's up with this? Good, bad, but anyway, Pandora wants you to talk to its ads. The company is expanding its on-voice control features today with a beta launch of voice-activated ads. After initially testing the feature last year, only listeners who already hear ads will be offered the new voice-activated ones, which ask the listener to agree to hear additional brand content, and they have to say yes to initiate. Is this okay? Let's put on our tinfoil hats. I should have brought a tinfoil hat over here today, man. We needed this a couple times already today. My lands. Anyway, so remember the old scam where they're just trying to get you to say yes so they can record your yes for the purpose of putting your yes on other things? So here's a system that's feeding you ads. You have to say yes. Now, is this you have to say yes to initiate to get to your music, or can I say, die ad, never hear from me again, and then you'll go on to your song, or will it just sit there and keep asking, say yes to continue, say yes to continue, say yes to continue. Now, I'm not letting you go until you say yes to continue, say yes. Come on, man, come on, buddy. So with that, I don't know. Maybe it's just some weird and shocking thing to collect people saying yes for odd and nefarious business plans. He said yes to the thing that we had on our ad, therefore we have his full consent. What if you have a friend in the car, you just got some Pandora going in the background, it's playing, switch to some ad, your friend says, you want to go left, right? You say yes. Oh, wait, what? I don't know, all sorts of fun stuff. But anyway, yeah, you can kind of see a couple corrections down there. Oh, one of them today. Updated to reflect that only free and plus users have to watch ads to request a specific song. So free and plus users apparently are impacted by that. All right. Newly discovered flaw in fast chargers can cause connected devices to go up in flames. It's 2020. Everything's going up in flames. So bad power attack corrupts chargers firmware. So these are issues inside of a particular brand of USB chargers. And what they do is they promote that they're going to charge the phone much faster than your typical charge. Well, how does it do that? Well, there is firmware built into the charger and built into the device, which will only allow a certain amount of current to come through. If more current goes through, any of you electricians will know what's going on, particularly if you work with DC power, you cannot have certain gauges of wires. If you're doing certain tasks, it will actually overheat and potentially cause a little bit of a fire. So this USB cable, you plug it in, it bypasses the firmware set to regulate the amount of current coming through. It overrides the current and sets your phone board on fire. So yay, we have fast chargers that burn your device down. Guys, just go with slow chargers. Actually, slow chargers keep your battery alive faster. Fast charging a battery is not nearly as good for it as slow charging a battery. It's great if you're almost out of juice and, I just need a fast charger right now to get me through the next couple hours. It's way better to keep your phone charged up on a much slower trickle at better times to do it. So that's kind of that. So anyway, that is a little bit about that. So be aware of those. All right, two related articles, both from Android Police. So, of course, the key story we're going to talk about is this AT&T situation, but it turns out that T-Mobile is going to be doing the same thing. So, AT&T, we'll get into the AT&T one in a second, but T-Mobile will soon require VoLTE on all phones as of January of 2021. So, we're talking only 6 months away if you're on Sprint. Than or T-Mobile, I guess. I keep on saying Sprint. T-Mobile. So if you're on T-Mobile, you have to have your phone has to support VO over LTE, which I believe the Nexus 5X does. I looked into that. Although there's some conflicting information, the firmware updates are such that I should be just fine because I'm on Mint Mobile, which uses T-Mobile. But regardless, they are actually cutting it back in only 6 months. So that's actually kind of problematic. They're a lot more upfront and more friendly with their message, unlike AT&T, which basically actually sent out, AT&T basically sent out an email that basically said, hey, if you don't upgrade your phone, you're just not going to use any service. And a lot of people are rushing off to AT&T to buy new phones. And so AT&T is scaring customers into buying new phones with a misleading email. And by the way, newer phones generally aren't affected, but you got to check out which phone you have. So amid an economy-crushing pandemic, we gotta, of course, the economy is crushing, but it's not because of a pandemic. It's because, never mind. I don't want to get political today. AT&T decided that now is a good time to send a scaremongering email to many of its customers claiming their phone is, quote, not compatible with the new network. You need to replace it to continue receiving service, end quote. The email conveniently omits that this message is regarding a change that will not take place until February of 2020. So you guys in AT&T, you have an extra 2 months. Or excuse me, an extra 18 months. Wow, extra 2 months? Extra 18 months. Providing only a link that calls out this change linked to decommissioning AT&T's legacy 3G network. Tone and language of the email make it sound like customers should buy a new phone via the carrier straight away. It advertises that AT&T makes getting a new device online easy, of course, detailing various free and fast shipping options. This is why I like ad blocker. Like, I should be running an ad blocker on this because an ad just changed positions and made me lose where I was. All right. Yeah, I should just go ahead and throw an ad blocker on this. Anyway, getting a new device online is easy, detailing various fast free shipping options. Oh boy, free shipping on your new $1,000 smartphone. Even a tech-savvy person could be easily confused by the email. It's easy to see how an elderly person might look at it and effectively get scared into purchasing a new phone immediately. The notice is poorly worded that an AT&T subscriber asked if it was a scam at AT&T forums since they own relatively recent Galaxy S10e. Customers even agreed that it's even likely not a genuine email. Even somebody pointed to a support page that AT&T linked through the Learn More button saying it's not until February 2020. So let's see. We'll soon, this is the link to the text. We'll soon be upgrading our network to the latest technologies. These updates are to serve you better and bring faster speeds and greater reliability. But your device ending in blah is not compatible with the new network and you need to replace it to continue receiving service. Yeah, I love it when they change all of our networks to serve us better and then make us buy a new phone. No. Where are all of the environmentalist psychopaths beating down AT&T's door for pushing forth effects and changes that are actually going to cause a lot more e-waste? Interesting. Anyway, that is what AT&T and T-Mobile and the other news items are up to. Let me know your thoughts on all these in the comments down below. Alrighty, let's see. Maybe Google is showing their thanks to your channel. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. We got... Nice. Skybear says, I forbid you from YouTube. Fine. I'll be BitChute, sir. I understand why AT&T and T-Mobile are trying to mislead people. T-Mobile's not. T-Mobile's wording was very upfront, very clear. AT&T's was not. Get the name of an Amish kid and toss him 10 spot for real shopping. Pick it up later or trade him with some strawberries for effect or Chinese USB. Okay. Don't feel safe anymore. Oh, what a mess. Yeah. A2 is on AWS, right? No, A2 is not on AWS. A2 is in they have, I think, 4 server places throughout the world, or maybe it's 4 throughout the country. I think there are 4 in the world. No, A2 is not on AWS. I have alternative servers on AWS personally, but no, A2 is not there. Let's see, McDonald's 80s music was great for that sort of thing. Yep. Love KSC, but it's so bad for me. That is not good. Live stream wasn't in my sub box. Had to hunt it down the stream. Yeah, they're doing all sorts of fun stuff, aren't they? Oh, fake meat. There you go. I think there was an 80s Twilight Zone episode where a lab was growing super protein as a meat substitute, and a fly ended up eating it and turned into a man-eating monster by the end. Nice. Bioprinter, what can we print now? Yeah. KFC nuggets are not caramel. I hope they had flavor to them again. Is 3D chicken wing cheaper? Like a few cents? I don't know. Last time KC does business with Chamomile Farms. Charge more because they can't print bones and gristle. Yeah. Microsoft pulled off a psych trick. Yeah. Windows 10 KFC blocker still doesn't work. Last good Windows 10 update was December 2019. Okay. Last time we used MS? I can't remember. Since 2014, in which Microsoft fired the beta testers, now users are the rats. Yep. Nicholas, how's it going there? When you have more bugs on Windows 10 than on Arch Linux. I know. I've had a lot of bugs on Arch Linux. I experienced the one that killed my POMAC install for a few months. I think it really only killed it for a week or so. I just waited a few months to fix it. Last time Windows didn't have bugs was MS-DOS 6.22. I've not used Pandora in years. Personally use YouTube Premium. McDonald's or Microsoft patent something to force people to respond to their ads? I don't know. I don't remember that one. Douglas Ward, greetings. Thank God I live in a mega square mile area with 2,300 people and a volcano looking at me. Roxana will pick my vegetables and fruit from the storage area. Yep. To continue to play in Gears of War. Shout, I'm McLovin' it 3 times. Need a physical switch for your microphone now. Yeah. More current equals more heat equals more fire. Yeah, it's more pronounced on DC current than AC though. Is the alternating wave of the AC keeps the wire cooler and resistance lower. That's why you can wire a whole house, but just to plug in a refrigerator onto a battery, you need to use really thick wires if it's beyond like 5 feet. Call Tom the screaming guy if my neighbor said he could hear Tom in the house. Reason can't have 100 amplifier lines or breaker boxes because copper wires get expensive. Yep. Maybe switch to dumb phones. Yeah, pretty much. Dumb phones are hard to acquire unless you start ordering batteries from China for an old Samsung. Yeah. Yeah, Verizon's killing the LTE. I think already. I think. Mint Mobile, move to Canada. Take my money, please. Yeah, there you go. AT&T's policy is when they shut down a network, like when people did with 2G, they give people free phones of the next tech level up. Yeah, but that's not what AT&T's doing right now. I love these geeks. Don't want casual chat. You get hits on serious topics. But we the few. Yeah. Mint Mobile should be in Minnesota. Is it not in Minnesota? So no, I have never run the pie hole on this network. I actually have a pretty extensive ad blocker, but I don't keep it as up to date as Pi-hole can be. And I do intentionally let some ads through because there are indeed some websites that I would like to make a little bit of profit off of ads if they do it right. That's generally why I don't run a lot of ad blockers. But I do block the most notorious ads. So I think the script I have on, I know the script I have on my phone blocks absolutely everything. So if I were to take the same block file on my phone and put it on my network, I wouldn't see ads. But I've actually loosened up the one on my network. I probably shouldn't, but I do actually want people to make a little bit of revenue when I stop by and visit their site. Believe it or not, I'm crazy that way, I know. Trying Mint again because most tutorials are for Ubuntu. There you go. Q block origin. Well, on this episode, it's already blocked 236 items. Yeah. Rogers won't allow them in Minnesota. Really? Interesting. Eventually, even 4G will phase out and have to finally upgrade my phone. Yeah. 5G is going to be dangerous. Possibly. Okay. About Elon Musk want to make... Oh, come on, man. Derek, you can't go ahead and forecast the news. Lloyd's Insurance won't insure 5G because they think it's the new asbestos. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. You're in love with some ads. Yeah. Actually, I did throw an ad blocker on my YouTube browser just because I was sick of seeing political ads. Start throwing political ads at my face. Don't let me skip them. Oh no, I'm blocking ads on YouTube right now. I don't want to, but unfortunately, I will not suffer myself through political ads. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into our next section, shall we? Actually, I'm gonna move an article around here. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Smart Tech Edition. Before we dive on in, I want to highlight once again my science fiction novel, Synaptergy. Synaptergy. Mark woke up in a hospital room unable to remember why he was there, but was overshadowed by his being paralyzed. Using his robotics education connections, he rebuilt his once functional body. In the process, the team soon discovers a cost for restorative technology. What could be the price to restore bodily functions? Mark needs to determine if he is willing to pay that price. You can head on over to the website at synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s. You can read the whole first chapter if you are into reading it, or you can listen to the first half of the first chapter on the audio preview down at the bottom. If you want to find out where you can pick up the book, there's a whole list of where to buy over there on the site, directly from the author website, all the way up to a variety of different places. And I do try and highlight, if you're in a different country, we do have some places like UK and a few things there as well. There is also a newsletter if you are interested in getting updates on the book. Maybe there will be some more books in the series coming out soon. You can head on over there, enter the newsletter information there, and you can proceed from there. But with all that, of course, Synaptergy was based on some new technology that was coming down the pipeline, and yes, it was indeed Neuralink. Neuralink was the technology I was thinking about when I actually wrote the book. Elon Musk says Neuralink technology will allow users to stream music directly into their brains. Think about that when you read Synaptergy, guys. So Elon Musk basically has this implant into your brain, and it utilizes a laser that's very small and drills a microscopic hole. They do the implant, and then the idea behind Neuralink is to take your brain waves and to be able to control things through shortwave frequencies, very similar to like a Bluetooth type approach. Well, what he would like to do with Neuralink is to allow people to stream music directly into their brains. And so, have you ever listened to music and thought, these headphones are good, but I wish it could be streamed directly in my brain? Probably not, but if Elon Musk's Neuralink tech worked the way he planned, futuristic and mildly terrifying scenario could actually become reality. See, Elon Musk is giving me the next ideas for my next sequel for the book, although I kind of know where it's going already. But here is the idea behind it. So you basically have the implant type device into your head. You have, in this case here, you have the little chip. And it's kind of here, it's actually connecting on a little thing kind of back behind your ear there. And now with the technology, it can send and receive signals. And so the signals can go in and, play music in your head. So you can be sitting there in class with Neuralink and you're just going to listen and rocking it out to the teachers. Does no idea what's going on. They're like, why are you bashing your head like this? You're like, not even listening because you're just listening to the sounds that are in your head. Or if you get some type of device that's going to talk to you, you can literally live out that scene from The Gods Must Be Crazy. Do the voices in my head bother you? Elon Musk is all over it, folks. Elon Musk is all over it. Moving on. Amazon, we talked a little bit about their little autonomous robots running around doing self-deliveries in various places. Well, they started adding some more cities. So they started it just in a couple areas in California, and now they're rolling around. I think, Quint, they're coming to Atlanta, Georgia. Keep an eye out for that. So, you can kind of see these guys, the little prime delivery drones. I just can't wait for the guy to come in and just capture one of these guys, lured into like a tinfoil wrapped box, and then just kind of take it up into the top mountain with absolutely no connection and beat the tar out of it and steal everything out of it. But, that would be interesting, right? What is this? Thank you cards from the, I guess, kids in the community who have received things from the Amazon. I have no idea. What that link's down there for. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, if you're in Atlanta, a few other places, they're moving these guys down. Atlanta and Franklin to the operations gives Scout devices the opportunity to operate in varied neighborhoods. Scout devices. That's interesting. Are they collecting more data than that? This thing's like, it's the roaming. It's collecting all the Wi-Fi connections floating around. It's doing all the other fun, snazzy stuff down the road. But anyway, I'm moving on. Little Tykes made a fully functioning smartwatch for kids. This is frightening. Okay, we do not need our kids with this type of smart technology. So here, of course, they're like, oh, they got the Little Tykes, the little 5-year-old, looks like a 5 or 6-year-old kids with the watches on. It's a fully functioning smartwatch with multiple cameras, messaging, and a pedometer. I'm sorry, when this database gets hacked, this will no longer be a pedometer. This will be a pedometer. I'm telling you guys, this is not good. You adults that are buying this stuff for your children, you need to have a checkup from the neck up. This is a serious problem. But Little Tykes, a toy company, probably best known for the iconic cozy couple coupe car, has made a fully functioning smartwatch for kids. The Toby robot, which is intended for youngsters 4 to 8, includes many of the features you might expect from a regular smartwatch. And Little Tykes says it's durable and waterproof. Oh, joy. All we need to do, give the little kids a smartwatch to addict them to the technology from an age way too young. More than 50 watch faces along with a personality that has more than 100 expressions and arms and legs that pop out from the sides. This should have been in the Sillyville section. My lands. It has games. Oh, good. Have our children having interruption and distracting video games on their wrist at all times. No, there's not, nobody, not, I don't know. My brain stopped working. It's including augmented reality. Oh, Lord. Dance and learning ones. Stickers. Kids can slap on their photos. A 640 by 480 pixel dual camera can also capture video. That's all we need. Cameras on our children's wrists who are 4 to 8 years old. "30 minutes of video, 3,000 photos. Youngsters can message nearby Toby Robot smartwatches with emojis, photos, or voice messages. Little Tykes says it works through controlling paired devices via wireless connectivity. In terms of more traditional smartwatch functions, features a clock, a calendar, because every 4 to 8 year old needs a calendar, Stopwatch, timer, useful for brushing teeth or washing hands properly. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, if you're, I don't know. Reminders and alarm clock. Lil Tyke says it can run for up to 5 days on a single charge. It costs $54 and it'll start shipping on August 1st to every stupid parent who thinks this is a good idea. My Lance! List that on the list of smart tech I'm not interested in. All right, Garmin services production goes down after a ransomware attack. I don't know, is anyone using Garmin? Is Garmin still up or not? So smartwatch and wearable maker Garmin planning multi-day maintenance window to deal with a ransomware incident. This is why, people, I don't want to have any smart devices that are sending all my data up to someone else's cloud. Guess what? A lot of these ransomware companies, they're taking a copy of the database before deploying the ransomware, so all that health data about you is probably in the hands of criminals now. Now, I usually wear a Garmin, was it Forerunner, I think, 45. I have not and never will sync that to anything online. I got that because in doing my research, that's the only watch I found that I can manually take data off of it by looking at the screen. I do not have to sync it to any devices. These things are problematic, people. This is problematic to have all of your health data in these things. And you guys using the smartwatches, be aware your Garmin data may have been stolen. That is certainly what's been happening with a lot of the ransomware accounts lately. All right, Microsoft's latest Windows beta connects with eye contact. So no matter where you look, I can be looking over here, I can be looking over there, I can be looking on the other screen. You will always see my eyes staring right into the camera like a creepy drone, because that is what Microsoft is making me. So the software uses AI, it maps out your eyes, and then if you're in a conference and you're looking at your eyes over here, or maybe your eyes are over here, your eyes are up here, your eyes are over here, your eyes are on the sports game on the TV behind you, then the system will readjust the AI so your eyes are always looking perfectly into the camera. That's going to be creepy. Really creepy. Unfortunately, a limited number of people will know how to use the new features. So it's basically coming to, I believe it's all the rollout. So it's actually in the insider build right now, which means it's coming out pretty soon. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. AI to make sure your eyeball is always staring straight into the camera like a creeper. All we need. Hey, is he looking at? Never mind. I don't want to go there. All right, Facebook is simulating bad users using AI. The idea is that they have a Facebook version that's live and they have a mirrored Facebook version, and then they take certain, quote, problematic accounts and they open them up on the fake system utilizing AI to simulate bad behavior. And apparently they can use this to determine which people are going to become, like, white supremacists or something. I don't know. Whatever their task happens to be. But they've developed a new method to help them identify and prevent harmful behavior, like using users spreading spam, scamming others, bullying, and selling weapons or drugs. Now they can simulate the actions of bad actors using AI-powered bots by letting them use on a parallel version of Facebook. That's all we need. A parallel version of Facebook. Let all these bots go over. Here would be a fun experiment, Facebook. Why don't you let 4 people in there that all hold certain ideologies and let them fight it out and see who wins. That would be funny. You can set me up to watch that. I would get on Facebook to watch that. That would be epic. I want to see 4 versions of Tay take over the alternative Facebook world and just cause the whole place to start burning down. That'd be awesome. You'd see everybody dividing into 4 camps to go into warring guerrilla warfare against each other as the 4 bad bots make a giant Borg net of each other, all fighting and vying for one another. It'd be like an epic game of, I don't know, Risk or something. I don't know. But anyway, researchers can then study the bot's behavior in simulation and experiment with new ways to stop them. Simulators known as WW. Is that for World War? I'm telling you. Pronounced dub. Wait, WW. Okay. Based on Facebook's real code base, company published a paper on dub. because the simulator is a truncated version of dub dub dub, or the World Wide Web. No, it's World War. Come on, that's not war. That's not dub dub. That's World War. All right. It shared more information about the work in a recent roundtable. Research led by Facebook engineer Mark Harmon, the company's AI department in London. Speaking to journalists, Harmon said WWW was a hugely flexible tool that could be used to limit a wide range of harmful behavior on the site. He gave the example of using the simulation to develop new defenses against scammers. So there you have it. We have a parallel universe of Facebook. So if you ever thought that Facebook was too ingrained in the world, now there is indeed a parallel Facebook. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments down below. It's accidentally a fluke, but every video so far was 13 minutes long. Is that crazy or what? That's like cray-cray, man. All right. Vince, how's it going? Unlock will be a crime soon in this new Nazi world normal. Yeah. Of conflicting information on the dangers of 5G. Yeah, I think we need more research into 5G before we push it on the whole world. Wife says, hi, she just come home from work. First thing she said was, give me coffee because the coffee machine broke. Oh, Lord. T-Mobile tried to come into Hubbard County and could not get permission to set up relays. Interesting. Want to get Synaptology already read lockdown. Very good, man. Well, just pick it up anywhere where you can. If you want a signed copy and you're in the United States, you can order it directly from me. Just leave a note on there to sign it. I think I have 2 copies left right now. Been looking more into Linux. What are some of the benefits of it? The biggest benefit to Linux, in my opinion, is you actually have control over your system. Well, unless you're like Ubuntu or something. But you have a lot more control over your system. It's a lot more private. In some instances, it will run faster. The downsides is not all of the software you're going to want to run is going to run. There's just not Linux versions. But nearly anything that you need to run, there's probably an alternative piece of software. If your job requires absolutely hands down, you have to have Photoshop, no exception, then you're not going to be able to run Photoshop on it, at least not easily. But if you just need to edit images and things, GIMP is every bit as powerful as Photoshop. It's just not the same application. So biggest advantages, though, control over your system, more control over privacy. Most Linux distributions do not check home, and you actually have a lot more freedom in how you use your system and device. So that's kind of the reasons. I make coffee, wait for the wife while she takes a shower. All right. New meeting, getting a song stuck in your head. Yeah. Stick with my version 1.0 ear units. I've been taking good care of them. Yeah. Hey, I have $4 wired headphones from Walmart. They work great. Just got home. You've missed any fire? A little bit of off news fire, but you know. Had to set up. Yeah. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't want Elon Musk in my head. That's right. I'd like to keep my brain implant free. Thank you. After audio comes video, followed by multimedia. Yeah. Then they'll start streaming your memories into your head, the fake memories they want you to believe about yourself. Which they're already doing. They are already working with research about how to give you memories for things you've never done before. Creepy. Brings validity to the 1950s conspiracy field about Ford Foundation's inventing beaming sounds into your brain. Yep. Linux is less tasking on your system. Yeah. Kids should not have cameras. Parents had better be able to disable the cameras. Kids with smartwatches. No, they need Legos and trains and cubes, not smartwatches. Yeah. So going to get hacked. Oh, yeah. It's probably all on a single network without feeding back home without a secured database. Admin is the database credentials, you know. Don't get why a little kid would need a smartwatch. Yeah, I'm telling you. Kids already have their own phones. It's ridiculous, yeah. Got to get them addicted. That's the thing. You want them addicted to technology. I can switch my custom plasma color themes on the fly. And we're using settings modules. Very nice. How do you do that? That's cool. Okay, using mint cinnamon. Kids with the smartwatches. Kids with cross the street without looking with traffic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isn't that an imaginary friend as a kid? Augmented reality? It might be. I had an Apple Watch for Dexcom. The watch was useless. I have a friend that uses his. Likes it. Calendar for kids. For what? Yeah. Kids should be playing with Legos, not tech. Yep, absolutely. Dick Tracy watches to call kids home for lunch. Didn't make sense back in the 60s either. Dumb tech. Legos are fun, even for adults. Yeah. Don't use smart devices for that reason. So true. Used to play with Legos for hours. I just went through and actually recatalogued all the Legos that I still had around here. I actually found I have like $5,000 in Lego sets. I'm teetering, should I sell them or not? I have one set that I have is, in the condition I have, I think is valued at like $2,000. And then I have a bunch of other ones that are still valued around $500 even without the boxes. Like it's so much better for the brain. It's a gold mine. Yeah, absolutely. Legos over smart devices any day. Features discriminatory against autistic people who aren't good at eye contact. Inner tranquility, true. So many skills learned from playing with Legos. Of course, with my screwed up and demented head, when I was a kid, I would actually take my Legos. I used the Technic sets, and I actually built torture chambers in mauled Lego men. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of hope growing up. I made Lego torture chambers. Being creepy, I just noticed evil, creepy Clippy behind you in this segment. Oh, I know. He's been back there for weeks, man. Actually, he's been back there for months. Yes, that is evil Clippy behind me. So there's evil Clippy if you never saw evil Clippy. Yay. What's he say? I forget what he says. How may I spy on you today is what evil Clippy says. Yeah, the art that I have on my backgrounds is very cool. So this is actually an eyeball with a fingerprint in it. That one's boring. It's just a corporate area. That's evil Clippy. This one actually says Sillyville. And I have the security one. I don't use it much, but I do have a megalomaniac one. I think this one here is... I reset that one there. I had another one which had like Jeff Bezos and a few other guys in there. And we have the Terminator background there. Whoa. Those are the backgrounds I have. With home care kids, and they love it, yeah. Top Gear, Drive Tribe guys build Legos as a drinking game. No, I have not. Every time somebody says 6-piece, take a shot. You guys, Vince has a new Linux video out for new users, how to find help. Awesome. Well, check it out. Okay. One is good for running Windows apps. What software do you recommend for managing media files? So, like, what do you mean by managing the files? So, If you're talking about like tagging files, I use Kid3 for tagging music files. As far as other managing, I'm old school. I throw things into folders. I use Kid3 to make sure that the tags are where I need them to be. Right. Hello, Joe. Greetings. COVID-2 turned my life upside down, of course. Was it SARS-CoV-2 or was it 5G? Ooh. They're coming to take me away. To the funny farm. All right. Let's see. Got teal dark cinnamon going on. Oh, come on, YouTube. I have a cat down here trying to get... You want to come up for a little bit? All right. We have one more section, kitty cat. You can hang out up here for a minute, but we have one more section, and then I'll let you come up and hang out. Clockwork Orange, anyone? Had a guy walk into the side of a light rail train running through the city in Charlotte while texting. Yeah. I walk and read, but I'm not dumb enough to walk and read in a city. Great video idea, opening and playing with $5,000 worth of Legos. Sell one $500 set and buy yourself a real nice chair. You ever talk about how to disable Intel NE? No. I'm just pointing to attach to the chair. It's true, man. Like my chair. Brain is streaming Melissa by Greg Allman for 2 days. Old pair of comfortable shoes, right? Yeah, except my old pair of comfortable shoes is getting too worn down. I'm actually looking at having to buy a new pair of shoes soon. So disappointed. I've had those ones for 11 years. Eyeball with a fingerprint and Evil Clippy are awesome. Anyone know how to disable or shred Cortana? You have to do it in the registry, I believe. Contact tracing is some kind of buzzword, right? Pretty much. Pretty much shots like every 10 minutes while building Legos. It should be whenever you have to attach a certain piece to the set. Roll the dice for what the piece is going to be, you know. You want to see the Lego collection? I'll see if I have photos of it still. With Linux Mint, love me the cinnamon desktop. Yeah, Linux Mint is absolutely one of the best. If you can, honestly, I'd recommend, though, getting Linux Mint 19.3 instead of 20. Buy a new chair since his chair now his butt cracks again. Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit the last section of the news, which is Sillyville. Hold on. Where am I at? Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the Sillyville edition. Unfortunately, there was not a lot of political news this week. We get to go back to silly tech news. Yay! I'm so excited. Before we dive on in, you can have a look at the affiliates page, switchedtolinux.com/affiliates. You can find the link there to Amazon. If you order on Amazon, using my link helps support the channel out. We also have Mint Mobile for phones. We have Grammar Checker, Pro Writing Aid, a couple web hosts, a couple VPNs, and some podcasting software. And if there's other affiliates I should look into, definitely let me know. All right, on to the Sillyville tech. Voice mod arrives on the iPhone so you can change your voice to Darth Vader. Do this directly in the middle of a conference call. I find your lack of work disturbing. You know, or you can do all sorts of other things. Darth Vader, T-Pain. Who's T-Pain? I don't know. I'm that out of the loop. But yeah, you can do all sorts of things with your voice utilizing the phone app. Voice changing app Voice Mod is making its Wait to the iPhone today. Woohoo! Voice Mod Clips is a new mobile app that will allow iPhone owners and Android users to soon modify their voices for short video and audio clips. App is completely free to use with no annoying ads or freemium features. You can choose a variety of facial photos, but there's no guarantee it's not going to be collecting all of our voice samples and keeping it forever and ever. So be careful, but nevertheless, if you do want to talk to, you do want to talk to somebody in some crazy voice, you do now have options. Well, if you're into Deadpool, there is a Deadpool animatronic head. So you can kind of pick this guy up. So there's this evil monkey section there. So here is the Deadpool head. I'm not sure why this person's wanting to kiss it. But we got a lot of different things. Here's Deadpool in the refrigerator. And we do actually have a video. It is for
Hi, I'm Deadpool's head. Not to be confused with Headpool, different guy. Well, judging by your lack of muscle definition, I'm surprised you could even lift me. Good for you. Hold me close and call me Logan.
Good. So, yeah, I mean...
That.
Here you go. You have an app.
You like my app?
You can
I made it my...
Make it say
Chimichanga!
That's exciting.
I'm sorry, I can't get... Upside down superhero kiss.
Yeah, so if you are into Deadpool and would like a severed head sitting on your table that will interact with light, darkness, motion, movement, sound, or a phone app, you can go ahead and grab yourself that. Written by Hasbro. Of course, 18 plus, being written by a children's toy company. Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite think I understand the world as much as I used to. Guys, let me know. What's this guy? Oh, Lord. Briefly thought of Gwyneth Paltrow at the end of 7, though I didn't have to hear Brad Pitt screaming, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" The entire time. Yeah. I don't know. All right, well, if you are looking for a way to spend $20,000 of your parents' money, they do have the super chat button option available on my live chats. But this teenager took $20,000 of parents' money and gave it to the Twitch streamers. There's so many things in this. Of course, the subtitle down here says, "Parents take responsibility for once." I'm sorry. No. If parents really took responsibility, they would be giving their child cash and teaching them how to use money, not handing them a debit card. The cat's down here sneezing, excuse me. Not handing them a debit card, which you're constantly adding more money to. So apparently the kid saw the parent doing the password on the banking system and decided to continue to log in and proceeded to transfer $19,000 from their bank account into the kid's debit card. And then the kid was supposed to be using the debit card for school lunches or maybe clothes or something, but instead used $20,000 to support his favorite Twitch streamers and other things like that. Some money went to popular streamers including Tifu, Gorb, and Ewok TV, okay. As well as athletes including Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kurt Bentkert and Miami Heat's Myers Leonard. Anyway, $20,000 in donations by a minor in 17 days. Yep. How did the son get access to that much cash? It seems he was given a debit card with a nominal balance to buy school dinners, but he started transferring money from his mother's bank account onto the card to pay for Twitch spending. She believes he might have seen her password while transferring money to his account for completing chores. You're giving your child money into your account for doing chores. Check, please. I want out of the human race. What? I don't know. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, well, doing chores. So she might have left herself logged in, as the mother only checked her account twice per month. She never realized how much money was missing until it was too late. Contacted my bank as soon as I found out, and they froze all of our accounts, and his debit card was canceled. She said, "Unless I press charges against my son, they will not help us, and this is considered friendly fraud." You know, what do you do in that case? That's a hard one. Maybe the biggest lesson, That right there, lady, is called $20,000 of stupid tax for giving your kid money on a debit card. Teach your kid to handle money. For the love. Also known as chargeback fraud. Friendly fraud occurs when a consumer makes an online shopping purchase with their own credit card and then requests a chargeback from the issuing bank after receiving it. Mother said Twitch has failed to respond to her pleas for over 2 weeks, while the company owner, Amazon, told her to contact Twitch directly. Maybe Jeff Bezos could use some of his $13 billion he made on Monday to help her out. Yeah. Bank and Twitch Amazon don't appear too willing to assist. Contacting streamers directly and asking if they return donations could be an option. We've seen plenty of cases where kids somehow manage to spend thousands on microtransactions on Roblox, FIFA, and other in-purchase apps. This is one of the cases where the parent claims responsibility rather than blaming the entities that accepted the money. Yeah, I mean, people, I don't know. I give up on humanity at this point. Y'all are on your own. I'm out of here. I'm catching a spaceship to Mars. And for our final story, the ongoing meow attack. Come here, kitty. We need you for this one. Come on. We need the kitty up here. The ongoing meow attack has nuked over 1,000 databases without telling anyone. The ongoing attack hits unsecured databases, wiping them out and leaving the word meow as its calling card. More than 1,000 unsecured databases have been permanently deleted in an ongoing account that leaves the word meow as its only calling card, according to internet searches over the past day. The attack first came to the attention of the researcher Bob on Tuesday when he discovered a database stored the details of UFO VPN had been destroyed. UFO VPN had already been in the news that day because of the data that was there. So it was basically UFO VPN. They had account passwords in plain text, VPS session secret tokens, IP addresses of the devices and the VPN servers, connection time spans, geotags, device and OS characteristics, and apparent domains from which the advertisements were injected into users' free account web browsers. Guys, use a better VPN. Besides mounting to a serious privacy breach, the database was at odds with the Hong Kong-based UFO's promise to keep no logs, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, shortly after, the meow attack wiped it all out and just said, meow. Representatives of UFO did not immediately respond to comment to an email seeking comment. All right, since then, Meow had similar attacks, have destroyed more than 1,000 other databases at this time. The post went live. Shodan computer search site showed 987 Elasticsearch, 7 Mongo database instances that have been nuked by Meow. A separate, less malicious attack tagged in an additional 616 Elasticsearch, MongoDB, and Cassandra files with the string University Cyber Experiment. Attackers in this case seem to be demonstrating the database maintainers that the files are vulnerable to being viewed or deleted. So, just for fun, not the first time hackers have targeted unsecured databases. Basically, they're just deleting everything. I mean, in a way, you can say, hey, they're doing a good thing, and they're wiping out the data so nobody else gets a hold of it, and just saying, meow. And the kitty is being so stubborn, he's not coming up. So I got to get the kitty up here. Was it you? It was this cat. He doesn't want to come on camera right now because he knows it was him. Because the cat's are here going, I'm not going on that camera. You'll ID me to this thing. So anyway, there it is. The Mr. Meow database hack has been going through and wiping out databases and leaving meow as the final statement. So with that, guys, let me know your thoughts about this and the other articles in the comments down below. All right, let's see. You want to come up now, kitty cat? Come on, kitty. It's the inner show. It's the after show. We need a kitty up here now. Come on. We need a kitty up here now. You don't come up here, you don't get kitty treats. All right, let's see. Does Intel even have 10mm yet? Kitty is more buggy than Cinnamon on NVIDIA hardware, probably. Lost my home and computer icons and desktop. Mint Mate 20. Can't figure out how to fix it. Mate, I think you can right-click and change them. If not, search for desktop settings. I don't have a Mate booted up here to check right now, but... Video on Little Tykes and get other Linux guys to virtualize these idiots. It's creeping me out. Time shift is good, but doesn't rearrange partitions. Check on the settings where you can choose to show desktop icons. It'd be safer trusting your kids to Jimmy Savile in 1980s. Disney stuff is not safe for kids. Not surprised. Oh, yeah. I have a friend that I think is doing babysitting stuff right now. She said the things that's on the Disney Channel is outright vile. Like little kid coming out stories and other stuff like this has no business on a, quote, children's network. I don't know. Give cash to kids for lunch money and extras for candy bar, not a card. Yeah. Gotta teach them to be a part of modern society. Why don't you teach them to be a part of smart society? You know, the stuff before 2010. Remember when the fast food restaurant I worked at didn't take credit cards. Debit card, no different than stealing from a piggy bank. There you go, yeah. Meow OS. Perfect. Software version of your cat knocking all the bowls off the shelf for no reason. Yeah, one of them knocked over, had some lettuce growing on this windowsill, and he knocked it over the other day. And it just kind of motivated me to actually plant it in the pot outside, though, so good on the kitty. Don't tell me he opens up the Meow Mix theme. Meow, 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 meow. Sudo apt install meow. Running around knocking out databases, is that a public service? It might well be. Better have your database wiped out than to be, you know, have it stolen and leaked on the darknet, you know. Linking log. Ooh, I loved linking logs. They were so fun. Disney has gone way downhill. Dump complaints. We warned you we were coming. Meow. Nice. Oh, good one, Skybear. Awesome. If I could turn back time. Oh, yeah. I mean, upsides of Linux is easy to reinstall compared to Windows. Yeah. I don't know why our kitty's being so lazy. Oh, I bring up kitty treats, and now he gets up off the floor. Come on. Come here. Come here, you. Come here. Bonk. Get you, buddy. All right, now we got to set up a kitty cam so everyone can see you eat your kitty treats. There we are. There's that. There's that one. All right, buddy. Here we go. There you go. Go get your kitty treats. Get one. And let's go for this camera right here. Oh, are they finger looking good? They are. Are they 3D bioprinted meat? He's licking it off like it's 3D bioprinted meat, everyone. Yeah. Huh, kitty? 3D bioprinted meat. 3D bioprinted meat. Houston, do I hear a double catter? Do I hear a double catter or not? I don't think I hear a double catter. All right. I thought I might have heard a double catter, but I don't hear a double catter. Double catter has left the building. Does the Windows install take a long time? I don't know. Last I knew it does, because not only does it get Windows, then it has to go through and figure out all the drivers, then you have to get rid of all the bloat, and then you have to download Candy Crush. By the time you destroy Candy Crush, by the time you delete Candy Crush, then it reinstalls itself in the process of getting rid of everything else, and you got to delete Candy Crush again. And so, that's kind of that. So, whatever that's worth. All right, guys. I think we're gonna jump off here for the night. Next live stream should be Wednesday, 2:00 p.m. So 2:00 p.m. Wednesday for a live stream, and you can catch us over there. And let's see what else is going on. I do not actually have a small video for tomorrow, so I'll probably just release one of the news sections a little midday instead. So we will catch you guys later.